So who else is not in yet? While waiting for the others, who else is not in yet? Only 14. I need another 3 more. Who is not in yet? Xing Yun. Who else? All in now? 15. 2 more. I have Shelley gone. Who else? Okay, later we'll see, another few more minutes. Okay, so last week, all right, we stopped at collection of secondary data, all right? So secondary data, they should possess the following characteristics, all right? The data that you collect, it must be reliable, it must be suitable for your research purposes, and then it must be adequate, okay? So we look at the validity and then reliability, like this, reliability of the data, and then suitability of the data, adequacy of the data, all right? So basically all the data, all right, it must be reliable and then it must be valid, okay? So we look at what is reliability, okay? So when we look at reliability, the data collections, all right, will produce consistent figures, okay, consistent finding if they are repeated or replicated by other researchers. This is what we mean by reliability, okay? Consistently, the finding is the same, if it is repeated by other lecturers, all right? So in order to comply with this, there are a few errors that have been identified, okay? And then some precaution has been taken. So we have to know that, right? When we collect data, there is this participant error, okay? So participant, they may make errors, all right? And then the participant that you select may also be wrong person, okay? And then we also have this participant bias, and then researcher error and researcher bias. So these are so-called inherent errors, or inherent bias when we do the data collections. All right. So you must bear in mind, just like if you have done your audit before in your diploma level, or now I think you haven't done. Have you done your audit one paper or not, everybody? There's this inherent risk, okay? So it's the same. When we do data collection, we have these inherent errors and inherent bias. There, all right? So we just need to know what are they, okay? So participant errors, all right? You need to know that when we do data collection, there's this error naturally is there, all right? Any factors which adversely alter the way in which a participant perform, this is participant error. For example, asking a participant to complete a questionnaire just before lunch break may affect the way they respond compared to choosing a less sensitive time. So you know that, right? If you ask somebody to do something during lunch break because it's their lunch time, they want to enjoy the lunch. So this may affect the way they respond. So this is this participant error, okay? The participant, they just did not answer the questionnaire properly, or they just simply do it because they're rushing for other matters. So this is participant errors. And participant bias, all right? Now I have 15 who left again. Any factors, all right, which induce a fast response. For example, you conduct an interview in an open space, all right? and then may lead participants to provide falsely positive answers, where they fear they are being overheard rather than retaining their anonymity. All right. So this bias, that means participants, they have certain bias towards certain matters, so they don't give you a real response. Okay. So we don't choose to interview in an open space. Okay. So for example, you don't ask sensitive questions, they may not give you the real answers. So this is participant bias. Participant error, any factor which alter the researcher interpretation. So this is researcher error. Researcher interpret certain things at her own meaning or interpretation. So leading that there is an error in the interpretation, all right? So a researcher, for example, a researcher may be tired or not sufficiently prepared and misunderstand some of the more subtle meaning of his or her interviewee. All right. So maybe also when the researcher, right, read the answers of the interviewee, they may not understand what the interviewee are trying to communicate. Okay, so they try to interpret at their own way, and it may be wrong. Okay, so researcher bias. Okay, researcher also he or herself, right, has certain bias also. Like every one of us, we have certain bias also. Okay, so when you have that bias, all right, the way you record, the way you interpret is according to your bias already. So researcher may allow her or her own subjective view, all right, or deposition to get in the way of fairly and accurate recording and interpret participant response. Okay. So for example, is there any particular food that you all really like and dislike? Shirley Gong, what do you like? For example, Shirley, are you there? Shirley, are you there? Shirley Gong, not there. Joyce, what the food you like? Tell me. Joyce, any food that you like? Adeline, any food that you like? Or any food that you don't like? Adeline? Hello? Can you all hear me or not? How come no response? On the chat. Oh dear. Yes, yes, there. Okay. What are the food that you like? Can you just tell me one? Adeline, are you there? What the food that you like? Who is not in yet, huh? J6 Xia, are you in or not, J6 Xia? Yi Yuan in or not? I have 16 now. Yi Yuan, is Yi Yuan in? J6 Xia, yes. Yi Yuan. So Yi Yuan not in, right? Sue, tell me any type of food that you like. Angela Sue, any food that you like? KFC, okay. All right. So this one, right? Who said Ching, huh? Ching Ying, right? Ching Ying say, all right, she likes KFC, okay? So now, right, if we say KFC, all right, it's not a healthy food. All right, so if we are doing research on KFC, it's not a healthy food. So we ask